My name is Ronald Mrauzi. As introduced, I'm a digital learning advisor based in Sunnyside campus. And then thanks for this opportunity again, as I will close my camera for the sake of data. Thank you for the now. Our fellow student, thank you for attending. I see we taking this introductory phase seriously. What we are going to deal with today, I felt let's approach it in a different way, Dr. T, in a way that instead of us just dealing with MyUnisa, we find that most of our students, they struggle with an animal, they call it a multi-factor authenticator. In short, we call it MFA. Now, I feel like it's better to address this before we jump inside the issues that they face on MyUnisa. Now, I will just give a short background on what's happening regarding the MFA. In 2023, the university have decided to introduce the MFA in a first semester, which was just focusing on the vulnerable student. The vulnerable in this way were those that people were trying to hack their account to get to their to get the password so that they can have this Microsoft package that we offer to students. Now, when the university realized that the student since they introduced the Microsoft, they are vulnerable, they decided to say, when we find that somebody has tried to hack account, we are going to introduce the MFA so that you can have a two-way verification to log in. Now, in 2023 December, they took a decision that everybody who's coming back in 2024 must be in this. They must use this authentication to log in. Now, what happened is, let me just project something so that we can have. Now, what happened is the university, when they introduced that, they decided to say every student is going to use a two-way verification method. It's either you use an app or you use a method which is a phone method where the option is either you receive a call or an OTP. Now, that has been giving us problem, even though when it was introduced was for the good purpose, but we realized that it has problems here and there. But most of the time is due to lack of knowledge or not, our students not reading the information that is provided. Now, saying that, I will just try to bring the attention of students on this platform. The platform that I'm displaying now, it's the platform that we call our MyUnisa landing page. Now, in MyUnisa landing page, when such information, when the university is updating something new, they tend to put it under a notice. Now, when you are a UNISA student, we expect you to go now and then and see what is it that the university is saying to its students. The notice here that you have, it's like a notice board at your workplace, your notice board at your school or the area, the community area. That's where you find notice board now and then. Now, this notice board is designed for students. It doesn't talk to staff. The advice that I can give to students in today is let's remember to check this notice board now and then so that we don't just go with a hearsay. Most of information that affects the UNISA community in a student's portal is updated here. Anything that you want to know or you heard, I heard this, I heard that. This is where you go. This is where you find the information. Then now when we come back to this, if you check, there is an issue that we have how to claim MyUnisa. They give you the link and the videos on how to do that. And then now those who have debt, they are saying here, how do you deal with it? The integrated course, those who are still having a question, because they say a question is that, is it compulsory? Yes, it's compulsory. If you are doing from higher certificate to honors level, it's a compulsory for students to do academic integrated course. The academic integrated course, if I can touch on it a little bit, is not found in this platform. For you to go to academic integrate course, you must go to a page, to a Google page, and you type mooc.unisa.ac.za. And when you press enter, it will ask you to log in here. You log in using your My Life credentials, your MyUnisa credentials. That's how they integrate course. We realized that most of people, they were missing integrated course because they wanted it to appear inside the MyUnisa platform with their modules. Now, this is something which is totally outside. You'll find it here. Now, it gives you all this. These are the two MOOCs that you're expected to do. If you are a new person, this one is compulsory, the one on the right, which says UNISA Academic Integrity Course. You go here, it gives you, it has videos on how to log in, how to access it, what is it, frequent asked question and answers. You'll find it there. Now let's go back to the MyUnisa tab where we are here for. Now, when you look at the top right-hand side of your screen, when you are in the thing, you realize that we have three tabs. We have login to SBL, we have login to my modules, you have login to my admin. Let's avoid to log into SPL because the SPL it's part of us, but we are not registered with them at the moment. It's a business institution based in Midrand, but now what we focus in as honors and postgrad student, unless you're postgrad, you are doing something with them. But if you are not doing anything with SPL, you are just with MyUnisa. We focus on the two tabs, which is log into my modules or log into my admin. Now, before I demonstrate how to log in, if it happens that you forgot your password, you just go and click on the tab here. It says underneath login to my admin, there's a tab which says login to UNISA, forgotten UNISA password. This is when it happens that you forgot your password, you're trying to log in, you lost your phone, the password because it's long was inside the phone. When you click in here, it gives you the tab which more identical to what you do when you were claiming MyUnisa password. If it happens that we have somebody who have not claimed MyUnisa password, when you go on the first link under login to UNISA, login to SPL, we have claimed UNISA login. It's when you click on it, it gives you the step that, and then I believe this is where majority of students start to make mistake. We don't read what we are receiving. This portal, this site, it says to you, please complete the application below to access your UNISA initial logins. The initial login details will give you access to 3 systems. Now, let's underline this part. When you get the password, it gives you access to 3 systems. You are able to log into MyUnisa, you are able to log into My Life, you are able to log into the UNISA library using this password that you are going to receive after you have claimed. We have seen people say, yes, I can log into my admin, but I don't know how to log into my modules. Now we're going to demonstrate on how we log in. Firstly, let's go to log into my modules. You click to log into my modules. Now, in the level that you are in, fellow student, the medicine or the best medicine, it's red. We have people who run to computer lab or to friends who said, I'm getting an error. And you ask what is an error, send a screenshot, and then they give you the screen. This is not an error. If we read the screen that's appearing here now, it says sign in with, and then it gives you an option. UNISA staff, stroke, marker email, address. That's the first option. Or student My Life email address. Now we have been seeing people going and click here and say it doesn't give me anything, clicking on cookies notice. On cookies notice, you click when the system that you are trying to log in is giving you problems. The system is not logging, you go and clear cookies. Now that's where you go and click. When they say clear cookies, it becomes simple. But what we ask you is to click on there's a red dot which symbolizes it's a symbol on Office 365. When you click on it, it comes and asks you to log in. Now, if you are using a work laptop, I want to repeat this part. If you are using a work laptop and it happens that at work you are using an Office 365, I'm going to demonstrate the error message that you are going to get, and then how you resolve the error. Now, I'm going to log in on my work to say it should log me at my work. It means now it's going to open me as, yeah. Now I'm going to repeat the same. Now you can see, if I say, if I go here and I log on the email, it doesn't ask me the question again. It just log me in. Now I want to bring you to this attention to say, this is what you must notice. If you are using a work laptop, when you come here and you try to log in, let me log this out. I apologize for that, so that it doesn't go straight. And then I'm going to close. Let me minimize it so that it will make sense to me. I'm going to close the email. And then we can have this. Now, if I click here, this is the scenario that you'll get if you are using a work laptop. And I try to say, I want to go in as a student now. And then it will ask me to type my student number. I'll type my student number. And then your student number, your email address, it's your student number at mylife.unisa.ac.za. That's what we use when you log in on the email, which is my life email, or when you log in on my modules. Now, when you log in on my admin or library, I will demonstrate, especially on my admin. Now, when I click next here, it needs the password that I've claimed. We claim password once. Now it's going to request me to type the password that I've claimed the day that I started to access the system, which I'm going to type. Now it will ask you this. This is where now, if you have set up your MFA, your multi-factor authenticator, it must give you this option, because this option comes when somebody says, I choose to use a phone. Now, how do you set a multi-factor? When you log in, it takes you to this page on your if you are it's the first time you log in. When instead of taking you to this page, it will give you an error message saying your organization needs more information. You go and click next, where it says your organization needs more information. When you say next, it will ask you to download or authenticator app. I normally say, let's not download that app because of the complication that comes with. When you want to download that app, you must have a 2 device. There's a step 1 and 2, which is done on the laptop, or on the laptop, which in step 3, 4, you will have to do it on your cell phone. Now, I always say, when you look at the bottom left of that screen that will appear, which says download, click next, and you say download authenticate type. On the bottom left, it says, I want to use different method. When you click that, I want to use different method, it's going to give you authenticator and app on top. And the last option, it will be phone. You choose the phone. When you choose phone and you click next, it's going to give you the region. It's a country. It will start with a +1, which is the United States. You scroll that up until you find the country that you are based at. Let's not just put the cell phone number, which will be appearing on the right, because this is where other they get frustrated. They just go and type the number. When you type your phone number, because you didn't change the code, you don't receive the notification. Now you end up being stuck. Now, when you after clicking phone, what you have to do is to go to click under the country or the zone. On a country, you put the country that you are in, the country code that you are in. You scroll down. Now, it's a bit difficult if you are using a phone to do that. You must put your phone on a landscape so that all the names you will be able to scroll down. If you leave your phone on a portrait, you won't be able, it will scroll and stop without, I think it scroll only seven country, first 7 country, and then stops. You won't be able to scroll down. Now you'll have to change your phone if you are using a mobile. Change your mobile. It's because of the size of the screen. You scroll down up until you get the country that you are based in. From there, it will ask you to choose. It will give you something time after you put the country code and the number. It will going to give you verify your identity. It will ask you, you are going to verify to this number. You want to call or you want to text. Now you will do text or you do a call, whatever that you prefer. If you are doing text, if you are doing call, you must remember that the call will come, but you must, after responding it, you must go to a dialing pad of that call and press a hash so that you can open it. The text, it will come to the number that you provided. Then from there, this is how you log in now. When you log in this scenario, I'm going to use a call. Now, when I use a call, it gives you this message: approve sign-in request. We are calling your phone. Please answer it to continue. Now, if I click 60 days here, I'm saying to this, whatever it will happen here, I want it to happen. And then in this device for the next 60 days, I won't be authenticating. Then now I have to disclose that I'm not using my account. I'm using the colleague's account, who is Lebohang. Now here, when you welcome, it will going to welcome you. And you will see a welcome. When you get a welcome, what I want us to focus on or to take your focus on, it's according to your tutorial letter 101. It says you must take a profile picture. Now I'm going to show you how to take a profile picture. Now, to take a profile picture, you must have a device that has a camera. If it's a laptop, it's easier. If you don't have a laptop, it means you must take a picture and then save it, put it in, send it to your MyLife email address. When it's in your MyLife email address, you'll be able to attach it here. Now, I'm just going to demonstrate on how, because the rule says 3 days before you write exam, you must have a profile picture. Now, a profile picture, it's uploaded on the top right where there is your initials. There is a drop-down arrow. When you click on drop-down arrow, you're going to get a new tab which says accessibility, profile, grades, calendar, private files, reports, preference, and logout. Now, because we know what we're going to do, we won't go to all of them. What we want to do, we want to edit the profile. When you click on a profile, it's going to give you the names as it is. And on the far right-hand side, it will tell you the day that you started to access MyUnisa. Now, I'm just giving you this so that let's not come and say, I wasn't able to access MyUnisa while you were able to go. The university is able to go and check even the last time that you have accessed MyUnisa. Now, what we are focusing on now is edit profile. We're going to click. Okay, let me take your attention to back here. You're going to click where it says edit profile. Now, when it says edit profile, it gives you the information about you as a student. This talks about you, your names. If there's something that is not appearing correctly, if you are next to a center, you just go to a center, they'll give you a form to complete because it's personal information to change it. If it's not if you have a problem and you are far from the center, you send the email. I will type it. Let's complete this. Now, when you scroll down here, it goes to user. You have to go focus on user picture. Under user picture, you click on add. There is something like a paper. You add or you drop the profile picture in this space here. Now, I didn't, when you say add, it wants you to choose where it is. Now, I'm choosing the picture where the picture is now. I hope I have a picture here. I'm just hoping, good people. Let me go to pictures and see. I'll take this as my profile picture. That I want to upload from here. Now, what is happening here, it's a process of uploading. Where's my? Now I click open. The moment I click open, the name of the picture appears here, but I can't see it. The moment I said upload picture, now it shows you that this is how your picture is going to look like. You scroll down. If you are happy with the picture, how it looks, you click update profile. The moment you said update profile, you can see there is a change here immediately. There is a picture that now it means those who identify level 1 will see this picture. Now, this is what the lecturer we are looking for. Please do not upload the picture of your hands or any other object. We need your face. We must see who's writing this assignment, who is doing this, who's writing these exams. Now, for now, let's move. Now. I've done the picture. We are going to my modules. We are going to focus to my modules. We are left with, let's say, 20 minutes. If you look at this, the moment you click my modules, the modules that you have registered, they should appear. Now, in your case, you might have a module which ends with a Y. I'm going to explain what this means. What happens in here is it's a thing that we call a module code. When somebody says, please provide a module code, you're going to give a module code in a way. On this example, it's MNG3701. That's a module code. Now, if you want to check if your modules are registered accordingly, you go through this and check, is my modules registered accordingly? Is it on a year? If you check this in semester, there's a 2024 and semester 2, but now we are on 2025 semester 1. If it's semester 2, the S, it will change, it will look like this to indicate it's semester 2. If you are doing in your level, in your honors and postgrad, you'll find that some of them are white to indicate it's a year module. Now that's the difference. Now we're going to straight to one module and see if there will be what we can find. Now, the moment you log in, you click on a module, it's going to open that tab of a module. You're going to receive a welcome from your lecture. Now, remember the welcome that we had earlier, they were all the same because the welcome was based on the university. It was a generic welcome. This is the welcome, this is the university welcome their student. Now, this is the welcome which is personalized to the student who are doing this module, MNB 3701 for semester 1, year 2025. Now, as a student, before we look for assignment, because most of you, they failed here. When you log in, you want to go straight and look for assignment. Let me close even the assignment part so that it doesn't appear. As a student, the first time when you log in, this is what you must remember. We go and read the welcome. The welcome has a tab which says read more. When you click on a read more, it gives you what is expected from you, who is your lecturer. Now, if you are one of those who are attending this, I don't expect you to go and when you go to look for assistant, maybe in a computer lab or to one staff member, they ask you who is the lecturer, you said, I don't know. I believe as the university, we have more than 6,000 modules. It can't happen that we know all the lectures of this module. We expect you as a student to know who is your lecturer. Now you go through the welcome and read what the lecturer is expecting you to do. In this module, the lecturer said they have created Ask Your Lecture forum. This is used by you as a student. When you have an issue that you don't understand, you are expected to go here. I'm going to demonstrate on how you use this. By clicking on it, it gives you this. These are the students who are doing this module. Now, this it also assists. We have people who comes to the institution or call the institution, said, hey, I want to know who is doing the same module with me. If you have a thing that appears as a discussion forum on your system, that's where you find your fellow students. We are unable to give you the name like previously where we say these are the students because of a POPI Act. We are no longer allowed to dish out the names who said, do this, you'll find. Now here you go and click. When you are here, if you want to ask a lecturer something, you go and click add discussion topic. This is what you want to ask the lecturer. Now the system will ask you, what is it that you want to ask the lecturer? It comes here. Now it wants you to feed information. Let's always remember, fellow student, that the computer is waiting for us to feed this information. In this case, you must feed information. If it want to ask a lecture about, what can we say? About learning unit 1. That will be your subject. Already the lecture, when they come here or your fellow student, they find this, they automatically know, is this related to what I'm looking for? Before I go and ask a question on learning unit 1, is this person addressing the problem that I have? And then now you come here, you greet. If it's a doctor, you greet as a doctor. If it's a mister, you put a mister. If it's a professor, we call them professor. We don't just say, we don't use the language of social media. Hi. We go and show the professionalism. If it's a doctor, you greet morning doctor or greetings doctor or whatever way you feel like it will be more formal. And then you write the question. Try to be as summarized as possible, because in your level, I believe that you are expected to summarize the most of the content. You go and summarize the question. You can't just say, I don't understand learning unit 1. In learning to what is it that you are not understanding? Because now it will end up being it's not clear. Let's write something that will be clear and then post it. Say, lecture, I'm not understanding learning unit 1. I need assistance when it comes to topic XYZ on learning unit 1. Now the lecture, when they respond, they're going to respond there. Now the moment you type whatever you are typing here, whatever you're typing, you go and click post to forum. Now let me just do this and see. And I click post to forum. The moment you do that, it says your post was successfully edited. You will have 30 minutes to edit if you want to change. Now you go and look for yourself. Is there anything that I've uploaded that is appearing? Now we are here. Where are we? This is the first one. This is what I've just uploaded now. Now, because I have uploaded, I was on testing. What do? I open it. I'm one of those who made mistake and I'm deleting it. Remember, the post can only be deleted by the owner. Your fellow student can upload and you go and edit or edit or delete. The owner will be only to delete within the period of 30 minutes that you are given. I hope that we have covered in. Now, I want to bring attention to those who are using mobile. Now, if you are using mobile, your screen will look like this. Let's go to, I want us to go to the beginning. This is the home. When you log in on your cell phone, this is how your screen will look like. This is the mobile view. There's a total different. You must master what you are doing here, because your access is based on the pie that appears here on the top left. When I click on this pie, it asks me, what is it that you want to access? We have realized that majority of students, they stuck or get frustrated because they come and say my course. If I click my course, this is what gives me. Now your course, here they are. They appear underneath, but there's that welcome, which I said is generic. And we have people who get frustrated again because they just come and click, I want my modules. When you click my modules, it says, go and search the course. They get to be frustrated. Now, if you click my course, you are going to get what you are looking. But if you come to my modules, and then it will ask you, now you must do extra layer, which is to search the course code. Now, you click on my course, it gives you, and then let me close it here. The other part that you will have, it's when you scroll down, the course appears. Now you can access the course. Now, when you are here, the course, we are going to take it as a site. When you say you access, you are saying the course, and then you choose this, the NMB 3701 is the site in this scenario. Now, inside every site, we believe that there's a tool. If you go to the kitchen, there's a tool that are used in the kitchen. If you go to the sitting room, there's a tools that are used in the sitting room. If you go to a mine, there's a specific tool that are used there. Now, the tools here, you find them here on this menu, on this pie menu. This is where you go and look for the tools. Now, you are looking for the tools that are associated with this module. The tools in this case are these things that are appearing here. You're looking for study material. a prescribed book, or you're looking for official study material, or you're looking for announcement, or you're looking for assignment 1, assignment 2 or 3, or learning units. Now, allow me to go back to the computer part. In your computer, that's how it looks. Now, if you close it here, you can see that the tool comes on the top left. You just have to click it to activate it. The moment you click, it activates. Now, on this, I want us to start with people who come and say, I want to know which prescribed book I'm going to use. If you click here, it's going to open the prescribed book according to what the lecture is saying you must use. Now we go and look for this, unless it was advised otherwise to say you can even use maybe a third level, a third edition, sorry. Now, if there's no third edition that was mentioned on tutorial letter, it means we strictly use what the lecture is saying. Now, when you want to go back, you just click on a go to course. We have done this now. We have people who are saying, hey, I'm waiting. I used to start with UNISA. I'm not receiving my books. I've been waiting for study material for some time. What happened to my materials? In your level, from my understanding or from where I am, there won't be study material or much of study material that you will receive. You are fully online. Now, being fully online, it means the day you have access to the system, you have access to your study material. How do I access my study material? I go to official study material. When I click on official study material of NMB 3701 should open. If it's not opening or there's nothing under this official official study material of MNB 3701, I'll show you where you should go and check. But it will be mentioned, most of the time it will be mentioned. If it's not there, the lecture on the welcome, they will mention that on this module, study material, you'll find them where. Like here, we have open study material, it's blank. Now, students get to be frustrated to say, but there's no document here. I'm expected to study online. I don't even know where to start. If you you find yourself in a situation like this, I advise you that you go to a tab which says additional resources. Under additional resources, you're going to get what you are looking for. Here is the study guide. Here is tutorial 101. Now, I advise each and every one of you, after going through your welcome message, the second thing that you have to go through is tutorial 101. When you click it, it's going to open. It's downloaded. It tells me that it's under my download. This is how my system is saved. System are programmed in a different way. Others, when they click, it goes to open automatically. Now mine, I must go and open. Now this is the tutorial 101. Information which is here, you won't find assignments. Those who have been here before, they feel in the olden days, they go here, they quickly scroll down and find assignments. Now you are expected to go and understand this tutorial 101. Go through it. Let's not just scan it and look for what we feel is important. Because tomorrow you'll be here looking for the recommended books, and then I'll send you back to where your tutorial 101. Go and read tutorial 101. If there's any recommended book, it will say so. You will be someone who come and say, am I using Invigilator app or am I using what? And I know, especially on a new student, there's a tendency of panicking because we hear people say, hey, hi, you will see, go to UNISA, there is Invigilator app. Fellow student, let's calm down. We have 3 different proctoring tools. Proctoring tools, if you are going to use them on assignment, the lecture will tell you. Let me just address the issue around or the myth around Invigilator app. Invigilator app works like this, fellow student. Invigilator app is not owned by UNISA, it's an external company. What UNISA does, it goes and says in MNB 3701, I have 15 students or 25 students that are going to write exam. This is their student numbers. Please give them access. And the invigilator said, here's the invoice. If you can look good at this invoice and then you do what's supposed to be done, we don't have a problem to open. Now there is an exchange. We go and buy. It's not each and every student who's going to use Invigilator app. Now, majority of you find that when you register, because the family or somebody in community talked about Invigilator app, you also want to install it immediately. But because there's a part that you still have to qualify for admission so that you can write exam. That part, if it's not yet done, you won't be able to receive Invigilator app. Now, if you qualify, the second step is the lecturer must go and submit your student number, say, please give access to this. The error that you will get if you are not yet using, we haven't purchased anything for you to use Invigilab, it will be your email address is not recognized or it doesn't exist. Yeah, I think it used the word doesn't exist. Contact your institution. Now know that you are not allowed to use Invigilator app at that time. Now let's go through this so that we know on time when I'm going to do. When can I download Invigilator app? The time that you can download Invigilator app is towards your exam. 2 weeks before exam, download Invigilator. By then, the data have been reached the Invigilator app team. That's where you can go and download. The Invigilator app works on a mobile phone. We download it on a mobile phone. It's a mobile app. And there's Iris. Iris it's an extension. I hope instead of giving you more information and give you stress now, when you are invited for exam preparation towards November, December, and January, please attend those classes because they tend to fully focus on the three proctoring tools that the university uses. Now, here on tutorial 101, if you can come back quickly, is we go and read. These things are written for us. That's why it starts by addressing you, dear student. There is no staff member that will be able to tell you unless it's the owner of the module. But if you come to me as a digital learning advisor, I don't know what is inside your tutorial 101. I will just say, bring the tutorial 101, read it, or if you find somebody who's patient, say, let's read it together so that we understand. Now, the issue of reading as a culture is coming back. Let's read. Let's read instead of getting information from social media. In social media, anyone can post. I can post anything that I want now. I feel like I want to post about this module, and people will go and believe it because some of us we don't want to go and get facts. I'm advising let's get facts. If it means contacting the lecturer, let's do so. Now, in this side, in the West, as we were talking about the lecture, in this module, we found the lecturer's contact details. This is how you contact the lecturer. No any other way. How do we contact the lecturer? We use my life email address. Now let's avoid sending one email to all of them, because now you find that Dr. Franco thinks Dr. Koloba have already answered, because all of them, the one email it says two, and then all four of them are in one mail. One will fall there. They said, I think, but if I have issues, I'll contact Dr. Franco and CC Koloba, or send different email to Koloba as a follow-up to say, I've tried to contact Dr. Franco, is not responding. Can you please try to assist? And the ICC, Dr. Franco said, hey, please, can I get assistant? Now, this is the part of tutorial 101. As we move back, now this is when you didn't find your tutorial under official study material. You will find it here. Now, after going through your tutorial 101, I expect students to go and do announcements. The announcements are made by your lecturer. This is something that most of the time is not even on your tutorial letter 101, because this is something that just came now. Now, the lecture gives announcement as time goes. In January, this lecture decided to talk about prescribed book. In April, this lecture said there's assessment extension. In 21st January, this lecture welcomed everyone. In March, the use of Turnitin. Now you can see this lecture is active. When there's something, they even provide the solution to question 2, how we're expecting to respond. But if you don't go to announcement, you'll end up not even knowing that there was a solution that was released. the student were given solution, you come back and say, since the lecture is marked, I don't know they mark based on what memorandum, because I don't see what they did. But if we go here and say, let's read the one of prescribed book, the lecture is emphasizing on what you are expected to use. This is what they are saying they expect their student to use on when it comes to textbook. Now, if we have 10 minutes to go. Let's quickly. If we go back to announcement now and say, let's look at the solution. This lecture is provided solution. And then now, this is the memo for this, for assessment number two. This is what the lecture expected this student to write at their as their answer, their correct possible answers. Then now we'll try to go to if we look, the lecture here has done study guide, and the lecture comes back and said, we are looking, you can also go and learn fully online. Now, the moment you find a thing with a module with study guide or unit 1 or unit 2, unit 3, or whatever name that has been used, guide 1, unit study guide 2, study guide 2, 3, you know that if it doesn't have anything under, you only have, maybe, let's say you find only travel 1, know that that module is fully online. Now, when I go to learning unit 1, it's going to ask you a question. Have you seen more than one page of this lesson already? Or you want to start? Yes, I want to start. Now it opens. This is what I will find when I go to study guide of this module. It's downloading, I hope it will be quick. If I open this and then I go through, I expect on learning unit 1, I should get exact what I got there. This is learning unit 1. It talks about this. It's missing this picture, but this is almost what it's talking about. Now, this is you as a student. If you feel like, I want to use my phone, I don't want to download so many things on my phone, you can use the learning unit 1 from here, which is the same topic, globalization, international business, and then you continue the way it is. If you feel like, I'm an old student, I prefer my old thing to be on paper, you go and print what you are getting here. Remember the course, it will be on you go and print the study guide, and then whatever page or the page that you feel like you want to focus on. Now I want to quickly go to assessment. We have 3 different type of assessment, or 4. Let me say 4. We have a quiz, which is a multiple choice assessment. Now in quiz, we have different quiz, a fellow student. We have quiz which has time limits. What it's saying here, I've seen people crying on this. When this is open, it will allow you to attempt quiz. It says it gives you 3 attempts. It allowed 3 attempts, which is here. 3 attempts allowed. Let me address the issue of 3 attempts first. 3 attempts, it says if you start at first quiz today, you got your 45. And tomorrow you feel like, let me go back, man. 45 is not me, man. I'm better than that. You go then truly is better than that. You get your 75. And then feel like, but I can do better, man. Let me go back. Let me do this. And then 2 days later, you come back and say, man, let me get this. Let me do this. And you go and get, what can we say? Let's say you were doing it and then something happened, distracted you. You end up getting 60. What the university is going to do is going to take the highest grade as indicated on the method. It's going to take the 75 that you got. But what I want us to look at or focus on is the time limit on you find that it says it's a 3 attempts allowed, but there's a time limit of 1 hour. The moment you click that button of attempt quiz, kindly note that your time is ticking down. Your laptop goes off because of challenges, or then your phone decided to fall and then goes off. The time is ticking down. You get load shedding, the time is going down. The time is not based, it's not counting from your device, it's counting from the university's device. Now, please, when you want to do quiz that are like this one, which I have limited, let's make sure that we are free, we are ready, we are in a space where we'll be able to do them. And then now, the other type of assignment, it's a written assignment. It looks like this. When you click on it, it comes and says it's going to open. It gives you the date that's going to open, and then gives you the date that it's going to close. When it's open, you must have this. This is where you find your question paper. I believe in your level, most of you are getting this type of assignments, which are the written assignment. Now, how do we approach these assignments? When you have this assignment, it's a type of, we call it a take-home assignment. You by clicking here, when we say take home, we mean this. You take it out of our system now. You have downloaded it. You have this assignment in your hands now. It's no longer in our system. The quiz it's an online assessment because it's your communication with our server. That's why even the time, if it's timed, it's on our side. Now, this one, it's a take home. It means if you prefer to print, you go and print it and then start typing it. When you're done, you come and upload it on our system. That's why we call it a take home. Now, when you're done, if it's not close, let me try to find something which is not close so that I can demonstrate something which making sense. Apologies for this, fellow student and colleagues. This one is open. Now, by downloading these portfolio questions, it's a take home. It has a due date. It says on the 16th of May, this one is closing. When I have typed this assignment and it's ready to be uploaded, I've converted it to PDF. I'm going to click on add submission. You have typed your assignment. You have converted to PDF. Let me try to find some Word document that I can, for in case we have somebody who said, hey, I'm still struggling to convert this to PDF. I'll be rushing. Apology for the speed that I'm going to use. It's due to time. Let me say just a random type. Now, this is my assignment. It's ready. Now, I've proofread it. I've consulted the sources. I have my references ready. This needs to be submitted. The quick way of submitting it, it's you go to File, you go to Save As. In this case, I prefer you click on Browse so that you can have a control over where you want to submit, when you want to save it. Now, in this case, we'll go Downloads. You come and change here. The extension that you want to use is a PDF. Now, let's avoid everything to be question one. We have seen people that everything that they write is just start with question one. Question one. When they go to submit, they don't even have a cover page with question one. The day you're submitting, you have question one with a 1, question one with a 2, question one with a 3, because you have been doing question one for the 3 assignments that you are submitting. You end up not knowing which one to submit. Let's put assignment name the way it is. If it's LMB, let's write MNB. 3701, assignment number 1. And then I want to save it where I will find it. Where is it that I will find it? I want to save this on my desktop. I'll go and click save. And then now I've saved my assignment. Here, my machine, it's programmed in a way that after I've done in a way, it might open a PDF. Now I'm closing this PDF. I will minimize this. Now the time to submit, you click add submission. After click add submission, it comes and say, you have already accepted the Turnitin. This is where you find people come and say, but they said we should do Turnitin. You have already assignment, you just have to come and say, I agree that the work that I'm going to, this submission is my own work. Now, this you are saying there's no plagiarism here. This is my own work. Except where I've acknowledged the use of works of other people, meaning you have cited accordingly. I think Dr. T will still gonna take you through the library and they will teach you through that. Now, the process of submitting is the same process that we use when we're submitting a picture. The different dates after clicking it here, it comes and say choose. I'll choose file. Before I choose file, because it will be your first time here, you have to click upload a file. Because it will be your first time, it won't just come here and say upload a file. You must select. It will ask you recent file on the top right, upload a file, private files, and then Wikimedia. Now you choose upload a file, you come and choose the file that you want. Now the computer to communicate with you. I understand you want to submit your assignment. Where is this assignment? Now you go and say, as I know where my assignment is, it's under the desktop. Now you will go to desktop and look for the assignment that you have saved, and then this is this assignment. I'll click up. Now, the moment I click upload, I haven't submitted my assignment. I've just uploaded it, it's hanging. I must save changes. When I save changes, now this is the other problem that students end up having. Because they felt like today, oh, I'm from the workshop, I feel like I know how to do assignment. Please don't submit assignment when you're not ready. What happens is you find that the lecture on the day you're submitting the lecture, it's free. Because you have submitted your lecture, extracted the work that you have submitted and start to mark. But it will be just showing that you have submitted a date. What? I'm going to show you after you have submitted. Allow me to cancel this for safety. On the module that we were working on, is this one. I hope it's this one. After submitting your assignment, assignment number 2 is submitted. You are going to find this. After you have clicked save, you are going to find submitted for graded. The day assignment was submitted 3 days, 2 hours earlier. If it's late, it will tell you. The last time it was submitted was this time, and it will show you. And then the Turnitin percentage will start to count. And you'll get a report, a due course. When you get the report, now you must know that if you are not happy with the report and the lecture is not marked already, please go and try to paraphrase so that your Turnitin will go down. But they're still going to be called to come and deal with Turnitin matters. Now, when you submit it, you must see this screen which it says you are submitted. It gives you even the reference ID to say this is our reference ID. Now, this is how we submit our assignment. When you click save I hope I will find the other button. If I click save on the module that I was in, PNB, I can't remember which PNB, let's check. If I click button on the module that I was in, I will be able now it will take me to this screen to say, yes, we have submitted, this is what you have. It will give you the last modify, it has received. Now, if it happens that you want to submit, and you submitted earlier, as I indicated, the lecture, if the lecture extracted and go to market, if you want, even if you come back and say that I made a mistake, I want to edit it, because it has been taken out of the server, the margin has gone through. You won't be able to edit, even though the date of submission is not yet due. Because the lecture I've already extracted from the system, it went for marking. Now, the moment it's removed and go for marking, you won't be able to do the work again. I hope that's clear, because we have seen people say, no, I submitted my work first week, but now I understand there's something that I've picked. I want to edit. I can't edit that assignment. You can't edit that assignment because the lecture I've already extracted. If it's not extracted, you will go to the module, you'll be able to edit the assignment. that when you click submit, it will ask you want to delete or edit. It will allow you that option. And then this one it's a quiz. I'm just hoping I'll get something that will allow us to edit. This has already closed. Now, the moment you come and you find that the admission button is not appearing, it means that the assignment is closed. There's nothing that you can do. The assignment is closed. And when its assignment is closed, there's nothing much that we can do as support staff. It's you and your lecture. Now, there's this bar again where colleagues or fellow students, they end up having problem. When you find this bar that I'm trying to click on, which says 0% completed on the top right of the screen, it in middle right of the screen, it doesn't mean the 0 is what you have got on your assignment. It says it's trying to help you to track your progress on the system. Now, if I go here, I said I'm reading learning unit 1 for argument's sake, and said I want to deal with the learning unit 1. And then I go through learning unit 1, I go through the links that are there, all the links. I understand what do they mean by discussion forum 1.1. Maybe I even go to that discussion forum 1.1. Now, these are fellow students that are discussing. This is where you as a student, they are saying, let's go and discuss. In this case, they are saying, what is the importance of environment? Now, before you do assignment, they are allowing you to go and discuss with fellow students. Now, let's say you went through everything and then you finished. And then you said you're done with learning unit 1. Now, if I go back to the welcome, there will be a 4%. It shows it's just a progress bar to say you have done. Dr. T, I thank you very much. I hope we had enough time, but thanks. I think that's all I can cover based on time. Thank you very much, Doc.